What's going on, guys? Flying Davies here, and we're back for another Pokemon Masters video. And yesterday we did the best support types of each typing, and now today we're going to be doing tech types of each typing. And there's a lot of typings that are missing out, and I mean, I haven't looked through everything, but I know Dark type is like one of the weakest categories or the weakest typings in Pokemon Masters right now. So I don't know. Let's go through it and see which ones are the best and which ones are good. So, anyways, tech types, and we're gonna start off with normal. And for the normal types, we have. Okay, yeah, we're already starting off great. So of course, Silvally and Gladian are gonna be the best normal type tech types, because like I mean they could hit decently too, and match and change their typing depending on the enemy sync pair. So like if you're going up against a fire type, then you're gonna turn into a water type. I think it's water. And then be super effective. So like they could change their typings, which make them very interesting and very cool. So like I mean, and they can go 6 stars too. So like in the normal type category, Silvally and Gladian are easily number one. We don't even need to take a look at Miltank. Like, if you have Gladian, definitely go for Gladian. But if you're free to play and you don't have them, then I guess Miltank will be okay. Like, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. Like, Miltank doesn't even increase speed for everybody. Restores a bit of the user's HP and sharply raises the user's defense. So, like, I mean, she's a tech type and she has mad strength. So, I mean, like, I wouldn't recommend. If you have Gladian, definitely go for Gladian. But for the normal types, Gladian is easily the best tech type there. So now for the fire type, yeah, this really isn't a competition either. Serena and Fennekin, they're really good. They can put you to sleep. Like they could just do quite a bit. But of course, like putting you to sleep is very good. And but overall, like the fire type team is very good. Like that, you have good tech types. You have not like I mean, okay, support is kind of lacking for the fire types, but the striking category for fire types are amazing. Like you got Ponyta here for tech, and he's actually really good as a tech type. You have Flannery, which is very good, even though she's 3 stars. But like any super you have, you can get them to 5 stars anyways. So like I mean, it's not a problem. So Flannery is good, and then of course Serena is very good too. But like right now, Serena is definitely the best fire type tech type, because she can actually hit decently too. So like I mean, you can't go wrong there. And most tech types tend to be like a hybrid anyways, like a hybrid of either a striker or a support type as well. So it depends. But in the fire type tech type, Serena easily takes number 1, and then second place I'd probably go with Torkoal and then Ponyta, but it depends on what you need them for. Like if you're trying to set up a sunny day, then of course you're gonna want to run Ponyta over any of these guys. So I mean, there's that. But like if we're just talking about pure tech types, like in the category, Serena is the best one for sure. So now we're gonna go on to water, and yeah, yeah, this really isn't. I mean, okay, all right. Crasher Wake and Floatzel, they're really good. They could hit decently too. And with them having flinch and confusion on their stuff, and then dire hit, and then drastically raises the user's attack and raises the user's special attack. So I mean, they can hit good too, and especially when you have aggravation 1. You have more of a chance of having flinch active. So like having Floatzel and Crasher Wake on the team for a flinch is a decent option. But of course, like Milotic is 100% better because you can put trap on them, which is nice too. And then you have endurance. So like I mean, you can survive 1 hit when at 1 HP, which is good. And then you have Mirror Coat. Like Milotic is good, and you could heal on your sync move. So like when you're at like 30% HP, you could heal up and then go back to like 70% or whatever. So Milotic is a very good tech type because she could tank as well. So like very good, and the special attack is pretty high for a tech type too. And then for the passive for Milotic, we have powers up moves when the target is trapped. So like you're going to be doing more damage when you have them trapped. And then you have Poke Trap 5, increases the amount of damage the target takes from being trapped. And then you have Recuperation 2, restores the user's HP after a sync move. So you're going to be restoring like 20% or something like that when you sync move, but still, that's very good. So in the tech type, Milotic is definitely the best one. But Floatzel is a nice option too. And then you have Cybold, Holiday 2019, and Octillery. I haven't really looked much into them, but nobody really talks about them, so I doubt they're any good. So just there for collection purposes. But for the tech type, on the water type, Milotic is number 1 there. Now for the electric type, yeah, okay. So this isn't a competition either. So Heliolisk and Clement, definitely the best one. If you have these guys, then they're okay, because they do increase special defense. So like when they're at max level at 4 stars, they're not going to be tanking, but they're pretty fast. They're really fast. So like the move gauge is going to go up pretty good, and then drastically raises the user's attack and speed, sharply lowers the user's defense. So yeah, you're not going to want to run them, because they're just going to take so much damage, especially when you're going up against a physical attacker, because your defense is already pretty low. And then when you lower your defense even more, you're just going to get one-shotted. But you have Nuzzle here, and it's basically a guaranteed paralyze. So if you want to go for that, you can. And then you have Zing Zap, has a moderate chance of making the target flinch. So you could do that too. And then he has Endurance, but like it's pretty pointless, because with him having his defense very, very low, he's not really going to be tanking. So there's no point in having Endurance, because like, I mean, there is, I guess, because he has low defense, so he'll be able to survive like one big hit. But like if you get hit by a sync move, then you're done, regardless if you have Endurance on. But if you want to go for like a guaranteed paralyze, then I guess you could just go for a Nuzzle. But overall, for the for the electric types, Clement is the best one. Voltorb is not really that great either. Going to Electro, like not really that great. Definitely a very fast Pokemon. So if you want to go for a speed, then you could go for him, of course. And then you have Eerie Impulse, sharply lowers the target's special attack. So like, I mean, you could do that too. But there's better options. Like Clement is better for sure. So I would recommend going for Clement over the tech types in the electric type category. Now for the grass type, we already know Signasuit Leaf is the best one. But if you don't have Signasuit Leaf, then Vileplume and Erica are the next option that you should go for. But if you have Signasuit Leaf, they're the best ones there. No, not much more to say there. So, and then in this category, easily Bryson I feel is the better one, because like he has Stone Cold Endurance, so like he sharply raises his special defense, which is good, and then he's able to endure one hit, and he could use this twice. So once you endure one hit, you could use it again, and then you can survive another hit. So like he's pretty good as a defensive unit there. And then he has Haze, which gets rid of all the stats increases that the enemy has done, which is amazing, and you can do that twice too. So like Bryson is just an amazing tech type for the ice type category. And then he has Snow Shelter, and then it protects him from Hail, which is nice. And then he has Healing Hail, so he heals every time he takes action in a Hailstorm, so that's very good. So then you could pair him up with the Alolan Sandslash, and because Alolan Sandslash has a guaranteed heal when you go into using your sync move, meaning that it's going to be a great team. And then you have Lapras here, a decent one, I guess. Like he has Blizzard, so it's an AoE, but like Lapras doesn't have that high of a special attack, so you're not really going to be doing much damage. And she has Brace Yourself, and the lower the user's HP is, the more this move raises the defense and makes the user gradually heal itself. So there's better options. Like honestly, I wouldn't recommend using her, because if you have Abomasnow and Bryson, they're going to be your better options, because for ice types you definitely want to have Hail to make them stronger. And if they have Blizzard, like the Hail is just going to make the Blizzard a guaranteed hit. So like very, very good. And then you have X speed on Abomasnow, so then he's going to be faster. So then your move gauge is just going to go up pretty fast as well. So like Abomasnow is a good tech type option if you want to go for them. But out of these three, I feel that Bryson is better because of him like getting rid of all of the stat increases on the enemy. So for ice type, Bryson is number 1 there. Fighting, we only have this guy, and he's not bad. I mean, like, if you want to go for him, you can. He has Potion, and then he has a Rain of Fist, sharply raises the user's attack, raises the user's defense and special defense, and his defense is not good, so you're not going to want to rely him on tanking anything. And then he has Rock Smash, so he can lower the enemy's defense, so making your physical attackers hit harder. And then he has Power Reserve, so yeah, like, you're not going to want to use him as an actual striker, but as a support, like, to make your actual strikers do more damage, then you could definitely do that, because he has Potion, so he could definitely back up your team a little bit as well. So a good option if you want to, but for, like, we need more fighting type support, tech types. But for what he is, he's not bad. And then for Poison, yeah, okay. This is a tough one. So you have Crobat, and then you have Weezing and Jessie. So I'm just going to come out and say, I feel Jessie is better defensively. And Crobat is better, like, attacking wise. But, like, if we're talking pure, like, who's the best, I think Jessie is better because he has an AoE poison. And it's an AoE poison, so, like, when there's 3 sync pairs on the enemy team, like, the chances of you missing all of them are very, very low. So, like, you're gonna basically get a guaranteed poison regardless. And if you get very lucky, then of course, then yeah, you're not gonna get any poison at all. But it's an AoE poison, and there's like only 2 Pokemon that could actually do that in the game, which the other one is Venusaur, Mega Venusaur, and Signature Leaf. They're the only other ones that could actually do that. So having an AoE poison is very, very good, and it will help you a lot. And he has X defense, which will help him tank a little bit more too. And he has Prepare to Fight, and he restores a little bit of his HP while increasing his special defense too. And on his passive, he has Last Word, which is very nice too. So, like, I mean, overall as a tech type, he's very good. So in, like, you can't, like, if you want to say Crobat is better, then I won't disagree. But if you want to say Jessie's better, or he's number 2, then honestly, I'm not going to disagree either, because Crobat and Weezing are very, very good. And they're both free to play as well. So, because you get Crobat in the story, I'm pretty sure. So, like, yeah, you'll be fine. For tech types, Jessie and Weezing, I feel, are the better ones because of that AoE poison. So, like, they're, like, you'll want to run them more instead of Crobat. I mean, you could run Crobat as a damage dealer too, if you want, because it's actually decent on damage. But as a tech type, I feel Jessie is better. But if you disagree, then let me know if you feel Crobat is better and why. But for ground, we only have this guy over here. We have Seismitoad and Clay. They're not that great. They have Bulldoze, which can lower the speed, which is okay, I guess. But he also has Endurance. So, like, yeah, I would pass on him. You don't need to run him. He's not that great. So for flying, we have Leona and Pelipper. They're actually pretty good too, because they can set up a rain dance. So, like, you could pair them up with Blue and Mega Pidgeot, and they're basically going to guarantee a Hurricane hit, which is very nice too. And sharply raises the defense and speed. So, like, Pelipper is a good tech type for the flying type category. So you can't really go wrong there. And then for his passive, he has Racing Rain too. So, like, you're just gonna go through your move gauge like crazy. Like, you're just gonna be spamming moves because he gets even faster in the rain. And he raises his speed too. So, like, you're gonna be a +2 or +4 speed with Pelipper. And his max speed is 251. But of course, when you get in 5 stars, his speed is going to be over 300. So, like, Pelipper is a very good support type. I mean, tech type for the flying type category, because that's a great buff for Blue and Mega Pidgeot. So for Psychic, Mew, like Mew is easily the best support type for or tech type for the Psychic category. Not gonna get much into it. Like, he's just so good, and everybody should have him anyways, because you were able to get him during the 1-year anniversary too. So, like, Mew is the best tech type there. So we're going to continue going on. Bug type. She's actually not bad for the bug type. But, of course, in the future, we can get better bug types. But what she does, she's not bad. So you have Struggle Bug, which lowers the special attack, which is nice. And then you could trap the opponent, too. And then you're going to get very fast with her, too. and she sharply raises her special defense and can gradually heal itself too. So a decent tech type, but not the best. But like she's a good option to use if you want to use her. And then for Rock, we have, okay, yeah, this isn't a competition either. But I mean, Brock and Onyx are actually very good with their Sync Grid as well, because now they get Potion Master on their potion, I'm pretty sure. And like they could tank decently too. Like their max stat at 3 stars, their defense is not bad, but of course when you get them to 5 stars, they're going to be able to tank a lot better. And they have Rock Tomb, which lowers their speed, and Rock Throw, but it's Rock Throw is nothing good anyway. So, but Potion is good. Of course, any Pokemon that has Potion and MP Refresh on Potion, their value, like, and their significance is definitely going to be a lot greater. So, Brock and Onyx are a very good option to use if you want to. But of course, Kukui and Lycanroc are very, very good too. Because you can lower the target's defense, which is very nice, especially when you have a physical attacking rock type on the team. So of course he's going to pair very nice with Olivia and her Lycanroc. And Woo Refreshing is basically like to support himself on the Excel Rock. So like nothing really too great there, but his main role is to lower the defense of the enemy Pokemon for the physical attackers. So like not bad, not bad. And he has Surging Sand, so like he'll hit harder in a sandstorm. And then he has Unflappable, and then it prevents him from from flinching. So from the rock type, honestly, okay, so for him to like really be good, he's better paired with Olivia and her Lycanroc. But if you're going in general, like if you want to run a rock type with any other type, Onyx is going to be your better option because of the potion. So for ghost type, yeah, this is actually a good one because Gengar is a very fast Pokemon. Because you have, okay, wait, let's go to the max stat. So he's 418 on his speed and 419 on special attack when he Mega Evolves. So like he's actually not bad. He's not bad. He's actually not bad as a tech type. And he has Hypnosis too. And then he gets very fast too. So like, I mean, he's a good option as a tech type. And then when you go to Akarola and Palosand, like they're good as a Sandstorm user as well. And they're good for flinching too. So like, it depends on what you're going for. If you're going for Hypnosis, Gengar is going to be your better option, but if you want to go for Sandstorm and Flinch, then go for Palosand. So it depends on the situation, so I can't really give who's better in this situation because they're both very good. They're both very good, but of course, with Palosand having Sandstorm, you could use him on more teams, I feel, because he buffs Garchomp, which has Palosand's significance a lot higher. So like, I mean, it just depends on what you are going for, but they're both very good options. So either one, if you choose either one, they'll be good. And then for support, I mean, Dragon type, we don't have one yet, so we can't really do anything there. Dark type, honestly, this is tough because Lightbird is actually a very good one because Snatch returns the target's raised stats to normal and raises the user's stats by that amount. So like you could like basically get rid of all their stat increases and put them on Lightbird. So then Lightbird will be pretty good. And then he has Flinch on the Dark Pulse, and then has All or Nothing, raises the user's critical hit rate and drastically raises the user's evasiveness and drastically lowers the defense. So like in return of like, because you're getting your high evasiveness, the defense is going to get lower. So it's like a gamble once again with him. But overall, like, he's a good tech type because of him stealing the stats. So like that's very good regardless. No matter what kind of meta we're in, having the enemy's stats get lowered is always good. And then for Alolan form Persian, not the greatest. I mean, you could lower the defense, which is nice, of course, and you do have Flinch on the bite. And then you have Critical Sting. When a critical hit lands, raises the chance of making the target flinch become confused or trapped. So like basically if you get a crit on bite, the chances of you getting a flinch is a lot higher. And then of course you got speed, and it's a pretty fast Pokemon. So like, I mean, again, it depends on what you're going for. So like if you're in a tough event, then you're probably going to want to use Lightbird, because if you're in a tough event, they're going to be raising their stats like crazy. So Lightbird is going to be the better option there. But if you want your okay, so let's put it this way. We only have a special attacker for dark type. So if we look at dark type, we only have Houndoom. So Persian's Screech isn't going to do anything because we don't have a physical striker for dark type. So because of that, Lightbird is easily going to take number 1 for the tech type. Now for steel, this really isn't a competition. Aegislash is definitely very good because he can defend very well and then do a decent amount of damage too. So he's a hybrid for sure. And then we have this guy over here. We have Thornton and Bronzong. Not that great. I mean, he has telekinesis, makes the target unable to evade moves. So like if you're going up against an enemy that can evade, which is very, very uncommon. So that's going to be pointless. And then raises his defense and special defense. It makes the user resist to the type of the last move it was hit by. So like if you're going up against what's it called, a legendary arena, and they constantly use the same typing move, Bronzong would actually be good. So again, it depends on the situation, but you're not really going to want to use that because like it just depends. But I would rather run Aegislash just because he's better defensively. So it just depends. But in the steel types, I feel Aegislash is better. Just because he can do more. He could tank, and he can actually do a decent amount of damage. And then for fairy type, Grumble is decent. I mean, like, he has Dazzle and Gleam, so he's not like that great. He has Play Rough, Charm. He lowers the attack, which is actually good. And then raises the stats by the same amount that the target's stats has been raised. So like if you are going up against someone that has that's a physical attacker and they have +6 attack, then you could use What a Great Composition. Then you get +6 attack too. So that's actually pretty good. But too bad it's on like a pretty bad Pokemon. But for fairy type, I wouldn't recommend running Grumble. But yeah. But for the tech types, we do have good options, of course. But if we're going to go like in general with the best tech type, of course, Signasuit, Leaf, and Venusaur are going to be the best ones. So, but that'll be it for the video. Let me know who your favorite tech type is. Me personally, like if you couldn't tell, Leaf and Venusaur are definitely my favorite tech type in the game. And they're the best ones too. So like, I mean, like they're fun with the AoE poison too. But the next one in line would probably have to be Silvally and Gladion. Because I've used them like in the story event, because you could use them for free if you want. But they're only at level 100, but they're a lot of fun to use too. But yeah, so that'll be it for the video. Let me know who your favorite tech type is. Mine is Venusaur and Leaf. So let me know who yours is down below. That'll be it for the video, and I'll see you guys later.